For Louisiana versus all y'all, Jarrett Roser here with 2027 Evangel Christian quarterback Peyton Pop Houston, one of the early names that folks around the state know in that freshman class and are going to be keeping an eye on for the years to come. And Peyton, I know you haven't done a ton of interviews yet, but you've done a couple of pretty cool ones, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. But appreciate you spending some time and chatting with me about how everything's been going. How has it been?
It's been great. Just been living life, doing everything that's needed to keep going, pushing, and just living life with God.
I'll ask you just because it's fresh. You're fresh off of the trip to Austin to go see the Longhorns this weekend. How was that weekend trip for you?
Oh, it was amazing. We even though we got there late, it was still amazing. Like the food there was outstanding, and just the people just getting back to Texas itself was awesome. No better feeling.
What did you guys have to eat? Because you hear when people come visit Louisiana, food is the first thing they mention, but that's not always the case when it's Louisiana guys visiting elsewhere. What was the on the menu out in Austin that was so good and memorable?
It was a Baton Rouge favorite for my family, but it was Pluckers. We had
Yeah, nice. Yeah, that I think people certainly in Louisiana associate Pluckers down here, but it started out there. And so nice. Glad to hear you had that and that was enjoyable. I mentioned you're a name that people already know in this 27 class, which is super early, obviously. I mean, you're in your first year of true high school as a freshman. What has some of that been like? Just to have some of the attention start coming your way early, both college attention, media attention, as well as just, other players around the state, coaches around the state knowing who you are.
I say it's been cool. I try not to think about it too much. I just try to focus on what needs to happen so I can get to where I want, which is the Hall of Fame. So I think about it and then I kind of push it to the back of my head and I just put the work in front because that's what I know I need to do to get to where I want to be.
When were some of your early memories of feeling A, this passionately about football, and B, seeing the potential and the talent and the opportunity that, it could be not just something you love, but something you could really excel at?
I'm gonna say it was one game we played a team out of Vivian. Not out of Vivian. We played at Vivian and we played Homer. I was I think 8, 7 at the time, and I had rolled out and then kind of turned around and threw it off my back foot on the corner. And Braylon Hughlin caught it. And I was after the game, it was kind of like I can be some in this sport. Let's start taking it serious now.
You've always been around it, though, even before maybe that kind of clicking of your high level of potential. Who were some of those? And I think I know a guy or two you're probably going to mention, but who are some of the football players you remember looking up to, whether it be guys from the area that you grew up around or watching from afar, a college guy or pro guys or whoever it may have been?
I'm gonna say young me. I love watching Cam Newton. Like I wanted to be like Cam. But as I've gotten older, it's kind of changed from Cam to Justin Fields, Bryce Young, Pat Mahomes, and I try to mimic my throwing motion like Aaron Rodgers. So those are the quarterbacks I kind of look up to right now.
Talk me through, you mentioned knowing the prioritization of the work that has to go into reaching your goals, which are obviously when you start mentioning Hall of Fame, that is an elite goal. Take me behind the scenes, some of that work, whether it be, a day-to-day thing through the season or some of the off-season work that you put a lot of time into, just kind of what that looks like for you when people aren't necessarily seeing, what all goes in to be where you're at right now and to lay the foundation for where you want to be long term.
Uh, every day I just tell myself, what are we going to do to get? What are we going to do to get better today? And when I tell myself that, I know I got to get better. One, and I got to throw the football every day. Can't go a day without doing that because at the end of the day, I can't just be a quarterback and not know how to throw a football. And also, I got to get in the weight room because as you get older, the players start to get bigger, faster, stronger. And you trying to get to the Hall of Fame, you want to be even bigger, you want to be even faster, you want to be even stronger, and you also want to be even smarter. So I just think about that every day and I achieve it or try to achieve it.
This is probably a piece of that, but tell me about the phrase "job's not finished" that we see so much from you. Just kind of the origin of that and the significance of keeping that as kind of a mantra for you guys.
My dad, he idols Kobe Bryant, so he Kobe Bryant said it one time, and we just rock and roll with it. And the model behind it is like, whatever you get, you're not finished till you want to be finished. And right now, I'm not finished, so job's not finished yet.
You have 9 offers already, and again, you're a freshman in high school, and these have been starting going back to when you were not even an 8th grader yet, kind of midway through junior high type age. They started with Grambling, and I'll kind of rattle off the list so you don't have to worry about it. Grambling, Ole Miss, Texas Tech, Louisiana Tech, Texas A&M, Mississippi State, TCU, Houston, and Purdue. Fantastic list for a high school athlete of any age, let alone a young guy still kind of starting out and developing. What what was it like to get your first offer so early? What have been some of these conversations with coaches and what they've said to you or what it's meant to hear it?
What it was like when I got my first offer was like, that's nothing but God. Like, without Him, couldn't do anything. Like, I just every day I just thank Him for everything I've gotten, because that's just amazing. And the conversation with the coaches is like normal conversation. It's like, I really don't even know how to explain it. It's just talking to a coach, and it's like, I love the school. It's
Yeah,
just,
right.
yeah.
Right now is a lot of just kind of relationship building and getting to know each other. It's yeah, I get you. Um, you're at a new school this year. You mentioned from some of the, I guess, middle school age, recognition of your talent, but this year you made the move over to Evangel Christian. A lot of folks had eyes on that again because you're a well-known athlete already in the state of Louisiana. Just kind of what has that been like to be at Evangel now? How has that transition gone for you so far?
It's been amazing. The players opened the door day one, and I feel like I'm at home there. And the school itself has brought me closer to God. So I feel much more happier at Evangel.
And there are some other guys that are also heading that way too. You guys look like you're going to have a pretty talented group for the years to come. What has that been like to meet some of your new teammates, whether that be guys that were at Evangel or other guys that have felt like that was a move that was best for them?
It's been amazing, because the when I first got to Evangel, I played with some of the kids there, so I was like, this team is like a sleeping giant. Like, we got a chance to win state every year. And then when I got to Evangel, DeMarcus Evans came, and he played on my 7-on-7 team. Cam Hines came, and some other kids trickled in, and it was just like, God is setting this place up to be amazing. And just been working every day outside after every practice, just work.
You mentioned the faith aspect as such a huge priority there, and something going on at Evangel right now is that docu series that is on Amazon Prime, I believe. But God Family Football, it's something that Coach Duran coming back really wanted to emphasize God above all else, and stopping up at Evangel and talking to a couple of the guys, a couple of the seniors right now. They mentioned feeling like that list has kind of flipped and that they like the direction that some of that prioritization has gone. What has it been like to go to the new school and see this docuseries being filmed and be a part of that level of attention, particularly as a young guy, to to be a piece of what is kind of a nationally broadcast product?
It's been amazing, because I feel like God Himself has put me in this situation to prepare me later on in life, for when the cameras come around me, you can still be you. Like, it's been amazing that God has put me in this situation, in this position.
I thought when we started talking that this might be your first video interview, but you've been in front of the big cameras already, so you're smooth sailing, ready for all this.
Yes, sir.
For folks that have seen you a little bit, I guess in summer 7-on-7 or whatever it may be, or have seen kind of some clips. When we see you full go varsity a year from now, what should they expect to see from your game and your progress? What are some areas you mentioned before? Weight room is a priority for you as you continue to develop as a player, but in your time right now where it's all work and all prep for the opportunity ahead, what are some of those priorities, and what should we expect to see when that time does come?
You should expect to see a new Peyton Houston, a bigger one, a stronger one, with a stronger arm, faster, and honestly, in the next 3 to 4 years, this is going to be a huge difference. And I expect to win at least 3 championships, state championships, including next year.
What should folks know about you as a young man? We know the football piece. We know you mentioned a lot about the faith piece. I mean, if you're not if you're not involved in football, if you have a little bit of downtime here or there, what do you like to do to kind of unwind or reset or recharge, or just kind of other hobbies or passions or interests that you may have?
For sport wise, I like to play baseball. That's like a hobby, and sometimes I'll go hoop a little bit. But outside of sports, I like to go play Madden. Real good at
Yeah.
Madden. My dad know what it is about it.
So you might as well, you're putting out the message now. If anybody wants some work in Madden, they can come find you.
Yes, sir.
Good deal, man. Tell me the nickname too, Pop. What's the origin there? As we're continuing to introduce you to folks that may be hearing from you for the first time, other than seeing some tweets of some of that work. Where's the Pop nickname come from? I mean, going back to when you were a youngster.
So when I was young, my auntie used to call me Diddy Pop, and when I got older, my dad took the pop out of it and put the Diddy in it, so he just called me Diddy. And then over a course of time, he took the Diddy off and just started calling me Pop, and just kept going since. And now everybody calls me Pop. Like I'll go into a class and they'll say Peyton's not here, and the teacher will be like, "Who?" And then they'll have to say Pop, and they'll be like, "Okay."
Anything else you want folks to know about you? Obviously, we've got a few more years of high school stuff ahead of us, and a lot of opportunities to continue telling your story and introducing you. But you feel like this is a pretty good start?
Yes, sir. Great start.
Good deal. Again, he's Peyton Pop Houston, 2027 Evangel Christian quarterback. Looking forward to watching him for the next several years. And he mentioned some big plans ahead, both the high school level and beyond. And for Louisiana versus all y'all, Jarrett Roser. Appreciate you, sir.
Thank you for having me on.